A tactical nuclear weapon, also known as non-strategic nuclear weapon, refers to a nuclear weapon which is designed to be used on a battlefield in military situations. This is opposed to strategic nuclear weapons which are designed to be used against enemy cities, factories, and other larger area targets to damage the enemy's ability to wage war. Tactical nuclear weapons were a large part of the peak nuclear weapons stockpile levels during the Cold War. Types. Tactical weapons include not only gravity bombs and short-range missiles, but also artillery shells, land mines, depth charges, and torpedoes for anti-submarine warfare. Also in this category are nuclear-armed ground-based or ship and surface-to-air missiles and air-to-air missiles. Small, two-man portable, or truck-portable, tactical weapons, such as the Special Atomic Demolition Munition and the Davy Crockett recoilless rifle, have been developed, although the difficulty of combining sufficient yield with portability could limit their military utility. In wartime, such explosives could be used for demolishing choke points to enemy offensives, such as at tunnels, narrow mountain passes, and long viaducts. Other new tactical weapons undergoing research include earth-penetrating weapons which are designed to target enemy-held caves or deep underground bunkers. There is no precise definition of the tactical category, neither considering range nor yield of the nuclear weapon. The yield of tactical nuclear weapons is generally lower than that of strategic nuclear weapons, but larger ones are still very powerful, and some variable yield warheads serve in both roles. Modern tactical nuclear warheads have yields up to the tens of kilotons, or potentially hundreds, several times that of the weapons used in the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Some tactical nuclear weapons have specific features meant to enhance their battlefield characteristics, such as variable yield, which allow their explosive power to be varied over a wide range for different situations, or enhanced radiation weapons which are meant to maximize ionizing radiation exposure while minimizing blast effects. Risk of escalating a conflict. Use of tactical nuclear weapons against similarly armed opponents carries a significant danger of quickly escalating the conflict beyond anticipated boundaries, from the tactical to the strategic. The existence and deployment of small, low-yield tactical nuclear warheads could be a dangerous encouragement to forward-basing and preemptive nuclear warfare, as nuclear weapons with destructive yields of 10 tons of TNT might be used more willingly at times of crisis than warheads with yields of 100 kilotons. For example, firing a low-yield nuclear artillery shell similar to the W-48 at the enemy invites retaliation. It may provoke the enemy into responding with several nuclear artillery shells similar to the W-79, which had a 1 kiloton yield. The response to these 1 kiloton nuclear artillery shells may be to retaliate by firing a tactical nuclear missile similar to a French Pluton, Russian OTA-21 Totka or the American MGM-52 Lance, fitted with the W-70 variable yield warhead ranging between 1 and 100 kilotons. By using tactical nuclear weapons, there is a high risk of escalating the conflict until it reaches a tipping point which provokes the use of strategic nuclear weapons such as ICBMs. Additionally, the tactical nuclear weapons most likely to be used first have usually been under less stringent political control at times of military combat crises than strategic weapons. Early permissive action links could be as simple as a mechanical combination lock. If a relatively junior officer in control of a small tactical nuclear weapon were in imminent danger of being overwhelmed by enemy forces, he could request permission to fire it, and due to decentralized control of warhead authorization, his request might quickly be granted during a crisis. For these reasons, stockpiles of tactical nuclear warheads in most countries' arsenals have been dramatically reduced c. 2010, and the smallest types have been completely eliminated. Additionally, the increased sophistication of Category FPAL mechanisms and their associated communications infrastructure mean that centralized control of tactical nuclear warheads can now be retained, even during combat. Some variable-yield nuclear warheads such as the B-61 nuclear bomb have been produced in both tactical and strategic versions. Whereas the lowest selectable yield of a tactical B-61 is 0.3 kilotons, Modern PAL mechanisms ensure that centralized political control is maintained over each weapon, including their destructive yields. With the introduction of the B-61 Mod 12, the United States will have 400 identical nuclear bombs whose strategic or tactical nature will be set purely by the type of aircraft on which they are carried. Treaty control. 10 NATO member countries have advanced a confidence-building plan for NATO and Russia that could lead to treaties to reduce the tactical nuclear weapons in Europe. However, in the meantime, NATO is moving forwards with a plan to upgrade its tactical nuclear weapons with precision guidance that would make them equivalent to strategic weapons in effects and to carry them on stealth aircraft that are much more survivable against modern air defenses. Examples: NAS, W-33, B-57 nuclear bomb, W-25, category, nuclear mines, Blue Peacock, medium atomic demolition munition. M28 and M29 Davy Crockett's with W-54 nuclear warhead, Red Beard, special atomic demolition munition, W-85. See also, List of nuclear weapons. References. External links, CRS report for Congress.